Gerald Celente with us this afternoon. Buongiorno, my friend.
Buongiorno, how are you?
I am, if I was any better, I would actually feel a little bit guilty.
Good for you.
Gerald, it seems that ISIS and Ebola and, oh my God, lions and tigers and bears, oh my. Everything is consuming the headlines. And we're coming up on a midterm election, and I've not been hearing that much political. My goodness, your perception of what's going on here.
Well, yes, that's really an astute assumption you just made about the election. Now, I'm not a kid. I've been around a pretty long time. And I used to run political campaigns, by the way, out of Westchester County at a graduate school back in 1971, 72, 73. And I was the assistant to the Secretary of the New York State Senate as well. And in my lifetime, I'm mentioning that because I've never seen a midterm election as flat as this one. And when you look at the polls that show only about 11% of the people have faith in Congress, there's no question about it that people just aren't that concerned in it. Because after all, if you vote Republican, Democrat, Bloods or Crips, which gang of murderers and thieves are you going to vote for? And I don't say that facetiously. As a matter of fact, the Republicans and Democrats are much bigger murderers and thieves than the Bloods and the Crips. How many more millions of people do they have to kill in the name of freedom and democracy around the world? I mean, the numbers show that over 1 million people have been killed in Iraq and Afghanistan since the United States brought freedom and democracy to those countries. And when I talk about thievery, I mean the Bloods and the Crips is small time. I mean they're little. They don't even count compared to the trillions that were taken from us and given to the too big to fails and the General Motors, or is it General Motors? How many people died from their knowing that they had faulty problems with their automobiles and didn't do anything about them? So when I say murderers and thieves, I mean it straight out. So why would anybody vote? Nobody stands for anything in these two parties. So don't forget to vote.
Well, and it's just amazing because we learned firsthand through Ron Paul how even the primaries, it was just the vote fix was obvious. Here's a guy trying to get electoral votes, and he had them in several states. He had enough. But all of a sudden, magically, his chances to be in the most important political race in this country just up and evaporated. Yeah. The game is rigged. It's a disgrace. The founding fathers must be turning in their graves to see what's happened to this country. And, we're holding on May 2nd of 2015, we're holding a major rally here. It's called Occupy Peace. OccupyPeace.us is the website. And it's only Americans are welcome, no foreigners. And this isn't a, peace and love rally. This is a Rebuild America rally. We're going to give takeaways that people are going to be, when they leave here, it's not going to be something, oh, that was wonderful, and nothing happens afterwards. I'd rather fight for peace than die for war. And that's what we're going to be doing, in the sense that we're going to give action plans that people could take back to their states and implement them so we could reverse the course that this nation is going on. I've had it. Yeah.
I've had it when I see little boys like Leon Panetta shooting his fat little mouth off that we're going into a 30-year war. I've had it with all these loser generals that are now retired and on all the talk shows giving us the strategies of what to do next, as they can't show one victory under their belt in their entire career. I've had it.
I've had it with these traitors to the founding fathers, beginning with Washington, who said no foreign entanglements. So we're launching Occupy Peace to rebuild America, bring home the troops, close down the bases, and let's put them back to work rebuilding this country. The infrastructure's rotted out everywhere. The people are broke. The cities are in decay. And you got these people shooting their mouth off. We got to get ISIS. We got to get ISIS. We got to get this one. We got to get that. Stay home.
The website again that you mentioned?
OccupyPeace.us.
I might have to come up there for that event, and it's, what's the date on it?
May 2nd.
May 2nd.
And we've gotten permission from the city to close down, it's Crown and John Street. It's the most historic intersection in the United States. It's the only intersection where there is a pre-Revolutionary War stone building on each corner. 90% of the American Constitution was copied from the New York State Constitution that's written in the courthouse right across the street from me. John Jay was a jury here. 3 other Supreme Court justices. The 1777 Senate House, the oldest open public building in the country. The seeds of democracy were sown here, as well as, of course, other places. And we are going to do everything we can to restore the democracy that the last several presidents, particularly Obama, Bush, and Clinton, have stolen from us.
Gerald, I have to ask you this question. I would be remiss if I didn't. Are we here to restore the republic or restore the democracy for what it stands?
For what it stands for. You know, the Bill of Rights, the Declaration of Independence, the principle, and again, you know, I'm not naive. I mean, there were a lot of terrible things that happened in this country. You know, the genocide of the Indians, and there are always mad men and mad women running around doing things. But the principles upon which this nation was founded, let us not forget, the French Revolution was modeled after it, as were many others. And the Constitution was something to be held high and looked upon as a document that represented the needs and interests of we the people. And when you look at what's going on now, right in front of our eyes, and not a peep from the prostitutes, we are now at war against Syria. We are dropping bombs in Syria under the guise that we're going to get them ISISes. Without a declaration of war, not even the implementation of the War Powers Act. So when I said, yeah, vote Republican and Democrat, vote for the Bloods and the Crips, what are people? Grow up.
Yeah.
What do you see all these bombs blowing up all over the place? Oh, yeah, these are strategic targets. We're only killing the bad guys in them houses.
In the meantime, it was all over the news wires yesterday. I think we reported on the day before, if memory serves. But we're actually doing drops for ISIS. We're giving them food and medical supplies. Gerald, if ISIS was legitimate, and ironically, we go back, and this also has hit the internet real heavy. When have you ever known a bunch of radical, terrorist-minded, jihadist whatevers to use an acronym for themselves? So some people did some research here. And we go back, there was a State Department spokesperson that was on Brian Lamb's show on C-SPAN. And they were discussing, well, you know, how do you go about contacting, Israel? How do you go about contacting the Mossad? And he said, well, they don't like to be called that. And he said, that's what I asked him. I mean, when you type a letterhead, communique by mail or email, this is important when you're addressing officials from other countries, that you get the title and departments and all that right. He said, I asked that question of the Mossad, and this is what they told me. Just refer to us as ISIS. Israel Secret Intelligence Service.
Yeah, and again, go back, John, to Obama's speech. Matter of fact, by the way, the new TrendsJournal will be out tomorrow.
Great.
And we wrote about this in that. You go back to Obama's speech on 9/10. They always do this, the night before 9/11. He refers to it as the Islamic State. It's the next Crusades. It's really easy to hate them with an Islamic State.
Hold on, Gerald. We've got to take this commercial break. 3 minutes. We'll be right back.
They came and took it all away.
First Amendment privacy is rare. Kryptonite.com has data encryption software for your protection. Kryptonite.com keeps information safe from NSA spying, cloud data mining, identity theft, and corporate espionage with encryption protection giving you 100% privacy in conversations, data storage, and transmission. Keeping your free speech safe from data theft with the best encryption software in the market for easy-to-use, low-cost data security. Kryptonite.com, Kryptonyte.com.
You have friends, family, co-workers that have lost their health insurance. For treatment and surgery at fractions of U.S. prices, consider AsiaRunLikeHellGuide.com. Heart bypass, valve replacement, 6 figures under U.S. prices. Hip or knee replacement, some of the best cosmetic surgeons on the planet. AsiaRunLikeHellGuide.com is honored to be associated with a highly internationally certified hospital serving 300,000 patients a year. Visit AsiaRunLikeHellGuide.com and click on Medical Tours today.
Wouldn't it be nice to have one product that replaces more than 10, saving you space, time, and money? HempUSA.org has a complete full-spectrum vitamin mineral detox formulation called Micro Plant Powder Gold. Micro Plant Powder Gold contains 101 vitamins, minerals, probiotics, and iodine. Has a 100-year shelf life and is a perfect addition to any storage shelter. Make Micro Plant Powder Gold your choice. Call 888-910-4367 or visit HempUSA.org today.
How important is the air you breathe? Our air purifiers produce activated oxygen, called aerin. Activated oxygen is the natural enemy of odors, pollutants, and many other harmful substances, yet it's completely safe. Our powerful air purifiers unleash the power of a thunderstorm, destroying pollutants in the air we breathe. It destroys many viruses, bacteria, and fungi, kills molds, and oxidizes chemical fumes and toxic gases. It removes smoke, pollen, and pet odors. Made with quality stainless steel, our portable air purifiers come with a manufacturer's 4-year warranty. If you haven't experienced the aerin process of fresh, clean air, then call us today and receive 10% off your order. 877-605-9200. Again, that's 877-605-9200. Time for you to breathe clearly again. 877-605-9200.
I'm Larry Pratt of Gun Owners of America, and I want to invite you to join the Second Amendment movement with Gun Owners of America, the only no-compromise gun lobby in Washington. Take action by becoming a GOA member today by going to gunowners.org. Gun Owners members receive the GOA newsletter, fact sheets, alerts, certificates, and more. But there's more to joining GOA than just a list of member benefits. The united voice of GOA members has been successful in defeating restrictive legislation designed